Well, hello guys, here Mr. G with another video for the grade 12 related to electrochemistry. We already looked at oxidation numbers, we looked at oxidizing agent, reducing agent, different things that we done in grade 11, and it's quite important for the electrochemistry. Now, we're going to start with electrochemical cell, but in general basis. Then we're going to make one video for galvanic cell and then another video for electrolytic cell. So in this case, we're going to start speaking about electrochemical cell. What is an electrochemical cell? Well, an electrochemical cell is a device that is used to generate electricity or one that is used to make a chemical reaction. So by converting energy. So we're going to have two main types of electrochemical cell. We're going to have a galvanic cell and we are going to have an electrolytic cell. This one is like electrical machine. We have a alternating current or generator and we have a motor. So here in electrochemical cell we have galvanic cell and we have an electrolytic cell. Okay, now what is a galvanic cell? It's a cell in which chemical energy is converted into electrical energy spontaneously. Guys, this type of cell is the battery of your cell phone. The battery of the cell phone is made up of different galvanic cells in which they are chemicals inside. Those chemicals are reacting spontaneously, and as a result of that reaction is converting that chemical energy into electrical energy. The other type of electrochemical cell is the electrolytic cell. Now that is a type of cell that uses electricity to drive a non-spontaneous reaction. Guys, this one we're going to speak about it later on. It is quite important as well and quite useful in life. Okay, so this one is the main important thing about electrochemical cell. We have two types of electrochemical cell. We have the galvanic cell and we have the electrolytic cell. Galvanic cell is the one in which chemical energy is converted into electrical energy, and the electrolytic cell is the one that converts electrical energy into chemical energy. And then we're going to go to another very important definition, a half cell. Now, a half cell is a structure that consists of a conductive electrode surrounded by conductive electrolyte. Now, we're going to speak about electrolyte. We're going to speak about different things, but let's see how half cell will look like. So this one that we have here is one half cell. Now one half cell is quite simple. We just have a metal. This one is a metal. Doesn't need to be metal. Later on we'll learn about that one. That is introducing electrolyte. So this one is the electrolyte. This one aqueous solution there is the electrolyte. What is an electrolyte, guys? Electrolyte is a substance that contains free ions and therefore behave as a chemical conductor. So it's a solution that can conduct electrical current or it's a conductor, it's an electrical conductor. This one here is the electrolyte. So you have copper, which is introduced in a copper nitrate solution. That is what we call half cell. So this one here is a half cell. There we go. And here on the other side we have another half cell. Okay, this one is another half cell. All right, same story. We have an electrolyte there. This one is the electrolyte. Let's make it maybe down here. Electrolyte. All right, so note that the copper metal is inside or is introduced in a copper electrolyte, copper solution, and the zinc metal is in a zinc solution. That is an important detail. We later on going to speak about that one, but for now you can see here the two half reaction. You have a metal that is in the electrolyte. This one is what we call a half cell. It is very important. Okay, so now what is very important as well, these metals are going to be called electrodes. So this metal here are going to have the name of electrodes. All right, this one here is an electrode, as well as this one here is going to be an electrode. Okay, now what is an electrode? It's an electrical conductor that is used to make contact with the metallic part of a circuit. So these metals, they are going to be the electrodes, and there are going to be two types of electrodes. There are going to be two types of electrodes, the anode and the cathode. Those are the two electrodes, anode and cathode, and very, very, very important. In the anode, in either of the two cells, guys, both cells, they we go back here, both cells, the galvanic and the electrolytic, will have electrodes, and each of them will have an anode and a cathode. All right, now in both of them, in the anode, oxidation will take place, and in the cathode, in both of them, will happen the reduction. So that one is very important. Remember, oxidation, that means loss of electrons. So that is going to happen at the anode. And the cathode reduction, that means the gain of electrons. And this is the introduction to this part of electrochemical cell. Okay, now here at the bottom you can see a half reaction. This one is how generally we represent the half reaction of oxidation, in which the metal or the anode is going to be not necessarily metal. We're going to learn about that one later on, but that is going to be on the left hand side is solid. It not necessarily have to be solid, but it could be any other substance, but we're going to speak about that one later on. For instance, this one could be sodium. Let's use perhaps another color. So sodium, for example, when it becomes oxidized, become sodium Na plus 1 electron. This one is one example, so you can see this is a just solid. Okay, this one is what happened here. That one is what happened here. And in the other case, this one is when another substance gets reduced. For example, let's use magnesium ion, positive 2, plus 2 electrons will become magnesium solid. So this one is just for you to know more or less how will be the reactions written here for anode and cathode. We're going to speak about this one later on. Later on in the next video, we're going to be speaking about galvanic cell in detail. This one is just the introduction of electrochemical cell. I hope it helped, guys. Write the notes, so the introduction, otherwise you will struggle with the galvanic cell. I'll see you next time with galvanic cell, and thumb up, subscribe for the channel. Mr. G here.